Hello friends, it's Astro here and welcome back to Rimworld, where today we're trying something a little bit different. We're going to try a new scenario that I've stumbled across, a self-imposed scenario, if you will. Basically, we're going to go with a female-only colony today. I've called it the Amazonians in honor of that episode of Futurama because, you know, it just tickles me to think about that. We're going to start with a new tribe. They're all going to be misandrists, beautiful misandrists, and they're going to have absolutely no fear. They're going to have some bows and javelins and knives and things to get them started, as well as a little bit of food, some bedrolls, and a little bit of medicine to get us underway. The idea behind this is that I want to have like a steadily ramping up. Let's go savage, Phoebe Chillax. Yes, indeed. The idea behind this came from rim-world.com in the here's some scenarios that you might want to play with kind of thing. So basically the rules of this is only women are allowed. Every man that joins the colony must be killed or banished. Male visitors are allowed but not welcomed. So they can, you know, if we have visitors that come in and there's dudes there, we're just going to ignore them and wait until they go away. We're not going to, like, be very stabby towards them or anything. We are not going to spend any food or medical resources on men. So if we have any men that come into the prison, they just, like, if we capture anyone, they are just going to get left to die. But, you know, we should probably just execute them anyway. And I'm going to go with the optional ones, which is that Amazons don't like firearms. So we're going to stick with bows and javelins and that sort of stuff. And that's what these girls are going to roll around with, because that's their preference. And they like a jungle. So as a result, I've created this lovely jungle world. I'm going to find a nice, very leafy area, preferably with a bit of river, because I always like being near a river. Preferably near a road, and preferably with some small hills to be had as well. So I want like river and small hills. I don't want large hills because I want them to be out and in the trees, right? I don't want them to be like digging in this series. Hello, look, we've got a couple of little rivers here. There's a little tropical rainforest with some, you know, they're large hills, and then there's some raiders right nearby. Maybe down here a little bit. Oh, look. Perfect. Excellent. Small hills with a river. Tropical rainforest that'll be like just their cup of tea. A couple of people about that we can trade with. There's some enemies nearby as well that I'm sure we'll have to deal with at some point in time. But I think this will be a nice little spot to get us started. So, next, I've got myself a set of people that I have already prepped and set up. We've got Bra Bruba. I'm just gonna change that out to Bra because it's a little easier. Orange Balbaka, cool. Antelope or Trogo antelope. Green antelope, which is I think who's who. Trogo is, yeah, okay. So green is Trogo's mum, which is quite nice. And then we've got Camisa, the healer, and I've made them all misandrists. They're all beautiful. They're all fearless. This is going to be interesting. So, shall we crack on? Let's go. Alrighty. And here we are. So, first thing I'm going to do is just, we're just going to unmark all this stuff. All these, right, we've got some javelins, we've got some knives. There's some bedrolls here that we want to unmark. There's some arrows all over the shop. Are there any more? That's enough? Okay, great. And we've got some pemmican here as well. Now I'm sure I put some herbal medicine in this. So I'm not sure exactly where that's gone. Unless I, hang on a second, menu, review scenario. I did not. Okay, well that explains why there's no herbal medicine. So I'm going to have to find my own herbal medicine, which, I mean, there should be some wild hill root on this map. There's a pineapple plant. Oh. And plumeria. Oh, that's kind of nice. Okay, well let's have a look around and see what we've got here. We've got a little bit of, what is this? A plain leather unfinished apparel. Righto. There's a bed just randomly floating about just because of the ruins mod. Oof, look at this lovely rich soil over here. That's going to be real handy. We've got a bunch of alpacas, some little hills up here, and some rich soil here as well. I figure, and this is what, marshy soil. I don't see... Ah, there it is. There's my ancient danger. A couple of little hills about. Just enough to get us started. This little area in here might be quite nice. But there's a few marshy points, so I'm not sure. I think here, around this section here, might be... it might actually be the best place. Or between these two sections. Like right in this sort of zone here, right next to the river. Might be a lovely place for us to start. Yeah? Cool. Okay. Let's do that then. There's not as many trees here as what I would have hoped. I would have hoped it'd be like thick with trees in this tropical rainforest, but evidently that is not the case. So, I feel like this is that bananas? Oh my god, it is. Oh, that's phenomenal. Okay, cool. And I've added a new mod called Manager, which we'll go and play with momentarily. But the idea behind this is that you can queue up and have them manage the wood for you, so you don't need to think about it, which, as far as I'm concerned, is just phenomenal. So, let's get ourselves underway. We're going to, first of all, I'm going to go with a loadout for them, right? So, new loadout, we'll call it Amazonians, and I want them to have their great bow equipped. Drugs, meh, I'm not really super thrilled about that. I want to have some arrows, right? Some great arrows. You can probably have, I guess, 50 of those each. And then I want to have, when we find it, heal mech serum? Healer mech serum. No, I want heal root. I guess it's not there yet? Fair enough. Okay. What else? A knife. We want them all to have a knife equipped, and hopefully that'll then get set up as their secondary weapon, but we'll just double check on that and make sure. What else can we do? So, first of all, we'll set all of those up. Boom, 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 boom. Now, these guys are all going to be absolutely super badass people. We're going to let them attack if they are attacked. The other thing that I want to do is make sure that anyone who has medical... So let's see. Medical 5, you can self-tend. Orange, 2, no, I don't really want you self-tending with 2. 0, definitely not. Green, your medical is 5, so you can self-tend. And, yeah, definitely. Well, Kamisa is the healer, right? So I think she's probably going to be, yeah, she's probably going to be the perfect person to be doing self-tending and tending to others. So, that gets that underway. Let's get ourselves a little shack set up, ladies. Let's get you indoors, and we'll get some bedding set up for you just to get this place set up, sorted, and underway. So we're going to have... Oh, hang on. We'll need to chop down a couple of trees. Let's just do orders, chop wood, and we'll carve ourselves out a little square right here. Get that underway. Are they all able to chop trees? Cut plants. You know what? Everyone can do a little bit of plant cutting to get ourselves underway, right? Just to start things off. And then once we've got a little bit of that wood under our belt, we'll get in and we'll build. Haha, there we have it. We'll build ourselves just a little, I guess, 11-ish, just to get ourselves started. This will just be like a storeroom. And we'll pop a door here. And we're going to turn this into our first little zone. Our first little stockpile zone, which can be plopped in like that. And that should help us to bring things online. I'm also going to bring a couple of these a couple of these bedrolls over. So that we can have somewhere to sleep when nighttime comes. And where's the 5th one? Here? Good. Good. So the girls have got somewhere to sleep right off the bat, and hopefully that'll help to keep them happy, healthy, and everything just chugging along quite nicely. The other thing I want to do is get managing straight away. So that is this wooden basic manager desk, which I'll pop here. Because I want this to be like the stock room, right? And this is like where we do everything to get ourselves what we need. And I'm going to go into manager here. I'm going to say, forestry. Forestry. What's going on here? Target count. No, that's that. Okay. Forestry. New job. Great. Okay. Wood logging. Only fully matured trees. Target count is 500. That's probably good. And you know what? I don't care what type of tree it's going to be. Count all on map. If established, counts all items allowed. Yeah, right. Calculate a path. If a path to the target exists before creating a designation. And calculate distance. If enabled, distances will be calculated based on real paths. If disabled, distances will be calculated as the crow flies. Right. Enabling this option on jobs with a large amount of possible targets may lead to significant lag spikes. I don't think we really need to worry about that. We'll just mark that up. We'll get ourselves our forestry job ticking on. I think we should probably get some foraging underway as well. I don't think we need 500. We could probably just leave that at sort of 100-ish. And then I want only mature and all. Cool. Yep. Manage that up. And let's get some hunting underway as well. So we can manage what needs to be hunted. I'm just going to go with, like, I guess 100-ish for now. I want herd animals, but I don't want, like, things that are going to be... Okay, I don't want exploding things either. I don't want things that are going to be aggressive, or definitely not rhinos. Wild boars is probably okay. Tortoises is probably okay. And rats. Chinchillas are probably okay as well. But yeah, like anything that's going to be aggressive or explodey, we probably don't want. So let's manage that one up as well. And then, yeah, so these three are now set up and ready to go. Green, could you, when you've done that, we need some more wood. Could you guys, let's just mark a couple of these trees in here and get them chopped down, because I want to sort of beeline towards getting the managing underway so that we don't have any, we don't have any problems with wood, and I just won't need to worry, I just won't need to worry about it right off the bat. That's the sort of thing I want to do. The pemmican is also running out rather rapidly, so we're going to need to think very soon about getting that replaced with a new food source, and that's another reason why this is going to be... Okay, so we've chopped down a couple of trees, but they haven't actually yielded any... Oops. Oh, it's T to turn on beauty. There you go. You learn something new in this game every single time, don't you? Right, so let's see what we can do about getting a couple of these trees chopped down, hopefully get enough wood to complete this bad boy out, because this, at the moment, I think is fairly important for us. It'll mean that the amount of micromanagement that I have to do is going to be decreased. Green, can you please prioritize that? Awesome, thank you. No? Alright, Antelope, could you please deliver some wood to that? So it has all of the wood that we need. Green is getting in and doing the actual construction of the manager's table, which is fantastic. And who is my manager? It's Orange. Okay, Orange, what is the actual skill requirement here? So maybe it should be green. I can see a little thingy there. Is this a workable thing? Managing. Okay. What does it actually use, though? Social and intellectual. Oh, okay. Well, my social and intellectual across the board is pretty poor. But green does have a bit of a passion for social. So let's get green underway, doing some managing here. And hopefully, what we should see is as she ticks through this, and I'll speed things up a little bit, it should automatically mark up a bunch of stuff for us. So there you go. There's some trees that have been marked up, and everyone's going to go off and do that. Now there's going to be some foraging that gets marked up. So we got a peach tree here, a berry bush over here, which just got botched, which is not the greatest, and we've got some bamboo. Okay, I haven't played with the bamboo. I've also I've got some additional plants via, I think it's called the vegetable garden mod. So yeah, just another little addition that I've made to just add some spice to this game. Make things a little bit more interesting. I feel like we're going to need a passive cooler in this room as well, just to get us underway, because at the moment it's, what? It's 13 degrees in here. That's not too bad. Maybe we need a campfire. But it is currently completely open to the elements, which is not great. The girls are going to wake up a little bit upset tomorrow, because of the fact that they've had to sleep in the open, even though they have a bedroll, in the open, and it's a little bit nippy. It's a little bit nippy for them. So they're not going to wake up terribly happy. Bra, how you doing? Let's have a look at your needs. Disturbed sleep, ate without table, slept outside, slept in the cold, and unsightly environment. All of these things are not the greatest. This bamboo, though, I'm loving that. It may be something, and there's some more coming in. It may be something that we can investigate using... Oh, look, there's a whole bunch of it about. Okay, let's investigate using that as a floor? Yeah. Alright, cool. Why can't we build a floor there, though? What's wrong with this marshy soil? Oh, really? Well, that's not the best. Okay, so I guess we're gonna need to research what, bridge? Oh, we've got it already. Okay, well, we can pop a bridge in there, just to cover up the rest of the marshy soil that's floating about. Good thing this is only a temporary room where we're storing stuff, because if we were using this as our permanent base of operation, the girls would probably get a little bit upset. Good. So it's actually 25 degrees outside. It's I thought it was going to be warmer. I thought it was going to be a bit gross and hot, but evidently not the case. So good. First room underway. I think that should get us sort of yeah. That's a good sort of starting storage area that we can use to get this place underway. I think the next thing we need to think about is, I guess we can push towards this sort of... Hello. What's happened here? Aha. We've slaughtered ourselves an alpaca. There's a few arrows floating about. So that leads me to the next thing we need to think about, which is like a common kitchen-y, lounge room-y kind of building, which then also includes a kitchen and then a sort of food storage area. So I reckon we can probably back that off here, which is... yeah, this should be fine. Just like this, right? And then hanging off the bottom of that, we're going to have, probably going this way, we'll have... yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Okay, so food storage area, and that we will eventually refrigerate. Then we're going to have like a kitchen room here for our butchering and cooking activities. And then we're going to have the actual sort of loungy area here with a single door. Single door? Double door? Yeah, it's fine with a single door for now. And we may as well just chop out this this little bit of stone that's floating about here. Get that out of the way. And you know what? We're going to need ourselves a dumping zone. Just there. That should do the trick. Just a nice spot for us to toss things that we don't care about. So this here room, when it comes online, we're going to need to have, I guess, a fueled stove right here, which that needs some steel, evidently. So we'll need to go and mine up some steel. And a wooden butcher's table, which we can pop. We'll just back it onto it, or can we have it... It's kind of... okay, we'll have it over here, so it's a little bit further away, which means that this door, that needs to be cancelled, and we'll have to relocate that, so that goes there, and then a wooden wall there, and then this can be a zone stockpile, just like this. This may need to be extended eventually, but for now, I think this is going to do the thing. We'll clear this, we'll make it important. We're going to have meals and raw food and chocolate, because we totally need some chocolate in here. We've got some visitors that have turned up. A group from this whatever of the field. Great. Who we got here? We've got Tiger. Oh, he's male. I mean, he's got stuff to trade, but I'm not talking to him. And there's Gavexa Mosquito, another male. We'll just ignore these two filthy men. Ignore them and... ooh, free light bulbs. Very nice. Right, so we're just going to ignore them. We'll, you know, we won't attack them. I don't think that's a wise thing to do, but it is, you know, they're definitely not people that we want to be interacting with here. Right, should we get some furniture in here? I feel like we should. Let's get ourselves a nice table, and we can pop that, I guess, sort of over in this corner. And that way we can have some other stuff floating about as well. We'll put a couple of stools around it. And then we're probably going to need some joy. So recreation, let's get ourselves a hoopstone ring, and that can go just here. And then inside, let's get ourselves a game of board. Pop that there like that, and we'll pop a little chair either side of it, just to make that shiny and everything looks good. We're going to need some flooring in here as well, so let's go... Should we try and keep going with the bamboo floors? I feel like we should. I reckon they are going to be, like, just kind of nice. Yeah, bamboo floor. Walk speed 100%. It is dark in here. Aha, good thinking. Let's get a couple of torch lamps dotted about. We're going to want one in here. We're going to want one next to the cooking area. We don't really need one in there. One next to the game of board as well. And you know what? I'll tell you what. Let's get a couple of plant pots in here as well, just to brighten this room up. Put one right next to the board. And that room is going to be absolutely shiny when it's fully online. Probably could do with thinking about getting a campfire in there as well, I guess. Oh, and that's right, we need some steel. So, let's see. If there is any harvestable steel, like steel walls, that's floating about. No, not really any in easy reach. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves some of this steel that's right here. We'll just mark this up to mine, just like that. And this, you know what, we'll grab it all. We've got the storage space for it. This mining should then hopefully... is there a manager thing for mining? Holy crap, there is. Okay. So, yeah. Well, what are we going to have here? Should I just mark it so that we always need a certain amount of each thing? Oh man, that's a bit cheaty. I feel like... leave roof supports. Wow, check for roof supports. Alright. What I'm going to do is just leave that for now. I feel like that's probably going to be a little too much for the first episode of this series. I think that getting the rest of this room online is probably going to be a good sort of starting point. How are we doing with our management? Here we go. Since it looks like you'll be here for a while, Camisa thinks that you should give your faction a name. The Amazonians? And this settlement is going to be called Planet Amazonia. Excellent. I like it. I like it a lot. So, 2 days. So how... look. Right. Okay, every day, I want you to queue this stuff up, please. And Green, when you are awake, I would like you to come and do this for me, please. Because, oh dear, antelopes in a daze. Yeah, everyone's a little bit hungry at the moment, because we haven't been keeping up with our jobs, and we do need to get this this fueled stove online. We could probably get away with, I tell you what, we could probably get away with, I mean, even just having a bunch of random food dotted about. So let's have a look. Needs-wise, how you doing? 8 without table. Alright, war crimes are plenty here. Disturbed sleep. Recreation unfilled. Unsightly environment. Awful barrack. Ate a corpse. I had to eat the flesh of it. Oh, poo. And badly malnourished. Okay, so we are running into some problems here. Here is this dead alpaca that is basically being nommed on by everyone at the moment. We are going to need to sort of prioritize a few things here. So Green, can you prioritize working on the butcher table for me, please? Who's our miner? Okay, so green and antelope. Antelope, you are having a thing. Right, so green, actually, you know what? Prioritize this compacted steel for me. That's going to be a thing. Actually, you know what? Let's get right into some manual stuff right now. Green, I need you to highly prioritize mining. Actually, we'll do the full setup. Why not? Oops. So we'll do the full setup here. We'll see what we can do about just getting on top of what we need to do. Kamiza, you can do the healing for us. Basic can be set at a 2, as can, you know what? Bed rest can be set as 2 for the time being as well. Bra, you need to be prioritizing cooking. We need to get you, Kamiza, doing the growing and plant cutting for us. And then, I guess, you could probably all do hauling and cleaning. But really, yeah, mining and plant cutting at the moment are probably our priorities. Green, you can then do constructing at level 2. And then hunting at level 3. We've got a mad rat. Where's this? No worries. Not a problem. Kamiza, taking care of herself. She's going to bandage herself up. Everything's fine. Everything's totally fine. No immediate danger from the bleeding. Good. Very nice. Okay, so this cooking needs to be... what am I doing? This cooking table needs to be prioritized a little bit. So I guess after the mining's taken care of, green's going to come over and do construction. Antelope does have a really high passion for construction. So you know what? I'm going to give Antelope a 3 there. And a 2 on growing and plant cutting. And you know what? You can do a 2 on mining as well. Right? We'll just even those 3 out. Artistic later on will probably be important, but for the time being, that's okay. And we've got some crafting and smithing potential in orange here, so good. We've got our butcher table being built at the moment, which is excellent. Hopefully we can also get this this fueled stove up and running as well. So butcher table, bills, add bill, butcher creature, and then do that, I guess, forever? Sure, why not? That should be fine. And then this fueled stove we're going to need to think about as well. I'm not sure how the hunting is going to be managed. Is it the number of dead animals that we have, or is it like is it down to the value of... So what's the deal here? Stock, corpses, and designated. Okay. So it's the number of corpses that we have. Alright, cool. That's pretty cool. That's very nice. I like that. Alright, so that's going to take care of itself. Green's going to have a little bit of a bit of a sunset watch. Orange is bringing in this rat for us to eat, which is awesome. And dumping it in the stockpile zone down, the dumping stockpile zone down here, which is not the best. So we're going to have to just get into here and set this stockpile zone to also include animal corpses. And it should be marked as important. This should be marked as normal. So as a result, they should be hauled up and placed in what will become the storage zone for our food. Once we figure out how to do, you know, power and refrigeration and all that sort of stuff. Is there any... There were some light bulbs over here. No. Okay. There. Yes. And... No. Okay. So sometimes there's a cooler floating about, although you can't reinstall them. I've just realized. So maybe we'll just have to wait and get our research underway so that we can do all of that stuff. But that will have to wait until next time. Friends, thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you then.